Every day's better with bourbon. Cheers. Hi, I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this segment of Beer to Whiskey. Today we're going to be talking bourbon, and specifically Wathen's single barrel bourbon. I stumbled across this in Louisville, 6-8 months ago, eating in a restaurant, Merlot's in downtown Louisville, and this happened to be on their bourbon list. I'd never had it, and I decided to give it a go, and really kind of fell in love with it. I know I like this more than a lot of people do. It is a single barrel, which means all the bourbon in this bottle came out of the same barrel, and so people sort of expect, I think, bigger things for a single barrel bourbon. But quite frankly, I like a sippable, smoother kind of bourbon experience. So this fits right in for me. And despite the fact that it's 94 proof, it doesn't come across that way. There's not a lot of heat to it. There's not a big alcohol thing. It doesn't taste boozy at all to me, and I like it a lot. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, which means that it's distilled in Kentucky, although nobody seems to know where. The best guess is Heaven Hill distills this for them, but it is sourced out of some Kentucky distillery, and it's bottled in California. It's made by the Medley family, and if you take a look at the label, there's an 8 written across here, and that really has nothing to do with the age, although as a straight bourbon it has to be aged at least 2 years, 4 years if it doesn't say that it's aged less than 4 years, and this doesn't say that. So we're not entirely sure how old this is, but we do know that it was bottled in 2018 because it says it up here on the seal. And we also know, let me check my notes because it's too small to read here, it's barrel 9867. So those are the things that we know from the label, and I like this a lot because for me it's very approachable. It's got a nice color. It's kind of a little lighter than some other bourbons, and I'm sure that people who think that the color, the darkness has something to do with the age would probably swear up and down that this is probably no more than 4 years. But I like the color. It's a little lighter than some, particularly some other single barrels that I've tried. The mash bill is only like 10% rye. I think it's 13% barley, 10% rye, and the rest is corn. It's going to tend to be a little sweeter than probably some other bourbons, but I kind of like that. I kind of like that as well. The nose on it is not a big up in your business kind of nose. It's kind of light. I'm getting like maybe lumber, like fresh cut lumber kind of a sense out of this. That and some caramel, and maybe a little vanilla. The main flavor I get out of this is kind of a citrus. It's sort of a orange peel or lemon zest kind of thing, as well as some caramel. The finish does not last very long. It doesn't lay on your tongue. It's not an oily, kind of an oily bourbon as some are. It tapers off. It tapers off pretty quickly. Yeah, probably the thing I'm left with the most on the finish is kind of a little bit of pepper, kind of a peppery taste off of it. All in all, as I say, I like it a lot. As you can see, I bought this bottle, I don't know, a couple of months ago, and it's gotten hit pretty hard since I've had it. And I've got a lot of bourbons that I sip from, but I keep coming back to this. And the price point, you're looking at probably 37 to 45 bucks in that range. It's fairly available. This bottle I actually bought in Dayton, Ohio. Being bottled in California, it's got to be a fairly widespread distribution. So there you have it. That's my take on Wathen's single barrel. And with that, cheers and see you next time.